Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jersey Comic Crew. On today's episode, Rob and I are delving into who the real timekeepers could possibly be. Come on inside.
What's up, everybody? Rob and Chris here from the Jersey Comic Crew, and we're bringing you another Loki video. Today, we're talking about the Timekeepers. Big spoilers if you haven't watched episode 4 of Loki, so please watch that before you even continue past this next sentence. All right, guys, that was your spoiler warning for Loki episode 4. We're talking about the Timekeepers that we just saw in Loki episode 4. Big reveal, they're robots, right? So now that leads us to believe, who are the real Timekeepers, right? Who's running the TVA? Is it just one person? Is it a multitude of people? It's a great big Wizard of Oz thing. And Chris, I think we're both on the same track that these people were set up by one person and one person only. That's Kang the Conqueror, right? Ooh. The reason I think it's Kang the Conqueror, aside from looking like him a little bit, but now when we saw them in animated form, they don't really look like Kang the Conqueror. But it just makes sense. We know Kang controls all time. He wants to do this. He rules from his own city outside of space and time. And that city was what? Chronopolis, right?
Yeah. Chronopolis.
And we got confirmation that's going to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's going to be in the quantum realm. What if the TVA is that city in the quantum realm? And he's doing all of this so that way the timeline acts according to his will. So there's no Fantastic Four to get in his way because they're big villains to him. No mutants, which are always a thorn in his side. And the Avengers are the stripped down, weakest versions of themselves.
Yeah, that's kind of the avenue I'm going with too, Rob. I think, I don't want to get, like I said before, into that mode of like Mephisto's everywhere. It's everything.
But this is it.
But so here's the thing with Kang. It's number one, he's a massive Avengers villain, and you could have Kang be throughout a bunch of different things and kind of mess stuff up, almost like Loki in a sense, right? Where he's a big villain now, and it grows and grows and grows. I absolutely 100% at this moment in time of this recording think that the TVA city is somewhere in the quantum realm.
I agree.
With Chronopolis, something to do with Kang City. The other side is this. We now know so much more about Ravonna, who is clearly tied into the comic origin of her love affair with Kang the Conqueror.
I think so.
And we had the A23, guys. If you didn't see that, make sure you go check out that nice little Easter egg within our review video of episode 4. But that kind of placing her in there, the way like we kind of thought her and Mobius had a thing, but she really like friend zoned him hard in this one.
Super hard. He was like, nah, stop aside.
But then yet also tried to use like a little bit of the sultriness and get him to like agree with her. And he played along really smartly until he took the thing. So I think she's going to be a big piece where, number one, she's the only one who kind of knows everything, right? Sylvie right now is like, you're going to tell me everything now. I think because she's in this position that she knows everything, her connection's going to be to Kang. Either they're, married, they're lovers, whatever the case is, brother and sister, who the hell knows what they're going to do.
Something.
But Kang is kind of making his broader plan in the background while she runs this quote unquote TVA and continues this flow of time because he's so obsessed with controlling all of time.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, if she was made or like she got brainwashed initially to run the TVA, we saw her rose from the ranks, so the TVA was already established. So maybe this is Kang's long-term plan, and then like he just grew close to her because maybe Kang was also an agent at the TVA. Maybe the TVA was once real, and then Kang took over and like maybe cut off the connection to the Timekeepers, or like killed the Timekeepers and took their place, and he was another agent and still is an agent like in hiding, and she just kind of runs the thing now. That could be the thing.
It could be, or it could be that she was always with Kang. Even throughout like they created the TVA together to kind of try and control time and issues within time. And it could be one of those situations where it's like, hey, our intentions started out good, and as we got deeper and deeper into, like, we kept digging the hole, right? Like stuff got worse and worse and worse, and we had to kind of adapt to things. So I'm very interested in kind of seeing her backstory, which I'm sure we're going to get with Sylvie now, kind of with the knife at her throat, and is like, tell me everything. But it's really hard for me not to believe Kang is going to show up in some form in this, right? Like you said, it could be Kang before he's all like timed out with the helmet and the purple blue colors on him. It could be a Kang that was a TVA agent himself. I don't think it's going to be, because I think he kind of controls everything.
We do know with Kang in the comics, at least, he has 3 different personas, right? Like,
yes.
One persona is related to the Richards. Another persona is another person. Another persona is something else. So maybe this is one of his 3 personas that we're seeing. You know what I mean?
Could be. And again, Jonathan Majors, great actor. I don't know if you guys see Lovecraft Country, phenomenal show.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be Kang the Conqueror. He's already been cast. So he said he's not in it, but I'm sure all that Marvel money's telling him he's not in it, and all those NDAs he signed. But it could be a Jonathan Majors, like, in a suit and tie with some glasses, like a normal human being, walking around the TVA as, like, maybe his name's not even Kang, right? Maybe it could be in his Nathan Richards persona.
Yeah.
Of just being a normal person, and maybe, again, time fluctuations, something happen. Maybe it'll go back to the snap, like, because Mobius talked about stopping Titans and debriefing them. Maybe our Thanos is the one they couldn't stop, and that has affected Kang in a sense, or something like that. Who knows?
Maybe.
But going forward, absolutely, I think Kang is going to be a big part of this. And we know Loki's not going to fully stop him, right? Because we know he's going to be in the next Ant-Man Wasp movie.
My question becomes: Let's play devil's advocate. Let's say it's not Kang.
You mean Mephisto's advocate? Thank you very much.
Mephisto's advocate. Yes. Let's say it's not Kang the Conqueror.
Okay.
Who is it? Who possibly can it be besides Kang?
So there's a couple of options. Of course, you knew I was thinking all this.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you.
Number one is kind of more of a simplified version. And the answer is, it could be like the strongest Loki of the variants, right? It could be a Loki that, again, they've hinted at Loki's lose. Well, is this our lot in life? Are we going to just lose and lose and lose and never get a win? Is this kind of who we are all the time, and kind of be this depressed, lonely version, angry version of ourselves? Could it be the Loki that won? Could it be the one badass Loki that took it to the next level and was like, I figured this out and I'm controlling it. Come to me, my Lokis, and join me. The other option is, which I don't think they're going to go this far, at least not yet, because it's very sci-fi comic booky, the Beyonders. And the Beyonders, are kind
fill people in.
The Beyonders kind of tie into what we're going to see in Eternals, which is like celestial godlike beings. They're even beyond that. They're kind of like the gods of Marvel who created the universe. And, a couple years ago, they redid, well, they didn't redo it, but they did another version of Secret Wars, where Dr. Doom gets this godlike power, and he goes to the Beyonders and kind of takes them out and remakes the universe in his image. And like, the Beyonders are kind of stronger than Celestials. We know we're getting Celestials. We could assume Galactus will be in some form of that, whether he's in Eternals, we see him in Eternals, or we see him later down the line.
He's the king of the Celestials, yeah.
Kind of the king of the Celestials. Maybe we'll get a little Silver Surfer action. That'd be amazing. A little Norrin Rad. But, the Beyonders are a little bit of a reach right now. We're still in the very early phases of Phase 4. We've only had 2 TV shows before this, right? We haven't even gotten to the Black Widow movie, which is already next week. Yeah. But again, Black Widow's not really, it's part of Phase 4, but it's a prequel kind of thing. We're not really in Phase 4 until...
laying foundation. Like, right now we're laying foundation for the new Marvel. Beyonders is such a crazy concept that, like, we're barely understanding Eternals and Celestials, right? And we have so much work to do on that end before we can even bring in the Beyonders. And, like, many people are going to say the Beyonders are just too strong for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? They're insane. They're too strong for the comic books, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
So I think the whole, it's another Loki. That'd be cool. My last theory before we go, I'm going to break your heart.
I have a question for you, too. This is a big one, too.
Mine is, what if it was Owen Wilson all along? An evil Owen Wilson.
Ooh. He's like,
he doesn't know.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
It's like
wow.
It's like a Fight Club, like a Tyler Durden. Like, he doesn't know he has 2 different personalities. One's good.
We can't talk about that. You can't talk about that.
I know. But, like, what if her other favorite agent is him, but just the mean version of him? And what if he's an alter ego for Kang? Or no, not Kang. We're gonna separate Kang.
Separate Kang.
Yeah, separate Kang. But, like, what if it's just him? And she's like, I don't want you to know the truth, because he's like, oh, I'm an evil person.
What if it's Mephisto?
It could be Mephisto. That's Mephisto.
But I think there's going to be a lot of ramifications, even though Loki's 6 episodes. Like, pay attention, guys, because it's going to be something that's going to continue to build. Who knows? We may be absolutely wrong, right? But that's kind of the fun of it. But again, it quacks like a duck, looks like a duck. This is looking like Kang to me all the way, Rob.
I'm with you there. Guys, we want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Who are the real timekeepers? Who's behind everything? Or what is your theory for what's going to happen at the end of the Loki series?
And guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Give us a thumbs up, like if you can. It really helps the channel out a lot. If you're brand new, subscribe and turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss any more of our Loki theories, our breakdowns. We got 2 episodes left. We're going to go all in for you guys. And as always, make sure to check us out on our social medias, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you can find the Jersey Comic Crew. And as always, I'm Chris Heller. That's Rob Moran. We're the Jersey Comic Crew, and we'll see you next time.